I think first and foremost, like Murph said, the game has changed. Kids, in my opinion, don't necessarily know how to pass and screen and move, and they like to have the ball in their hands and they like to create. I think that's largely influenced as a result of NBA and all the publicity that we give to it. But at the same time, I'm not so sure that ball screens is not the way to go, because if you think about it, you're typically putting your worst defender guarding your best offensive player if it's a big on little. And you're a lot of times creating mismatches for the defense, which then now we have rotations, now we have closeouts, now we have typically miscommunication, and it's very, very hard to to overcome kids nowadays that live in their world of headphones and Xbox that don't communicate with one another. I'll tell these guys over and over again that communication may be the most important thing that we do today. For you guys, I think it's important to decide what sort of defensive system you're going to use, and specific to today's demonstration, how many ways you're going to guard ball screens. Today I'll try and cover 8 if we can get to it in time. But I would say that there's anywhere from 8 to 12, 13, 14, depending upon what you do. We'll try and keep it as basic as we can today, but the thing I'll tell you, and this may be the most important thing, within the scope of what you do, your weak side, your help side defense is probably the most important thing for you, along with your communication. If that makes sense. So we're going to go right into our first way to guarding screens, and we'll call that hedge, and we'll send the guard over, okay? Hedge in, we'll send the guard over. So let me have those 4 guys. If and when I'm blessed to have my own team, we're going to have good pressure on the basketball, okay? Well, it doesn't matter to me whether you deny passes or whether you sit in the pack line. It sounds to me like the guys here are in the passing lane and they get after it a little bit. So I need good pressure on the ball. Ball's at the top of the key. You're straight up with him. Okay, you could force him side to his weak hand if you wanted. This defender here, I want to be, if the line from the offensive player is here, I would want him a step off the line with his hand in the passing lane because it's a penetrating pass. That's the way I do it. It's not the way you have to do it. The distance between the two, I would want to have him around the middle, maybe even 2/3, 1/3, so that he can make sure there is no dribble penetration. All right, when the ball gets passed, we're going to essentially guard him head up for today, okay? My big guy's going to jump into the lane. You're going to be my offensive screener. You're obviously going to use the ball screen. This guy right here, you have got to pressure the basketball. Why? Because the big guy is at a disadvantage, as Steve tried to create in his, by sprinting out there. He's going to have to go from here, and as this screen occurs, he's going to have to jump out, and now he's going to guard it the way you want. You guys go back up to the top.